lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leora and I'm so glad you found me. Okay sweeties, today we're gonna do a story time, and I want to not just do a story time in general, I want to also sort of connect it to my colorful life, my colorful me. Okay, now today I wouldn't even say that I'm the most colorful that I've ever been, but it is what it is. So anyway, I wanted to share with you a few experiences, and maybe also in more videos down the line, because I want to just talk a little bit about how I experience my life outside of my family, outside of my house, when I'm somewhere in a public place, how people do react to me, the experiences that I have when I meet someone, whatever, you know, things like this, because I can imagine that that is something that you would want to know. And I feel like, reflecting on this would also help me, because it's not always easy for me either, you know. I know, if for some of you it must feel like, wow, Leora is so confident when she's in front of the camera, and she knows what she's doing, and she's like, she has found her style and all of that. And yes, but let's not forget, I'm here alone. You know, I'm here alone. This is my safe space. I know nothing is going to happen to me. Like, I'm safe here, right? This is my playground, and I feel absolutely comfortable here. But when I'm outside of this space, I feel a little bit differently about it. I feel very, very insecure in general. Also here, I feel in general, very insecure about my body, which has to do with my body dysmorphia that is in connection to my eating disorder, and with all of these things that are also going on mentally connected to that, you know. So I do feel in a lot of ways very, very insecure a lot of times. So how does that go together with me actually drawing a lot of attention to myself because of my colorful clothes and the style that I'm wearing, and also my makeup and everything, you know, because it feels like everywhere, everything I do is like putting on an extra shipping. No, how does one say that? An extra something, an extra serving on a plate, you know. It's like extra colorful here, extra colorful there, extra bold in this and that and the other thing. And how can I then complain if people look at me? I have no answer for this. I have no answer for this. I just knew that after all those many years where I was just basically one of the masses and didn't want to stand out, and actually felt that I have to, and it's expected from me to blend into the background, I just felt that this time for me is over, and I'm going to step out of this shadow now, and I'm going to actually do what I believe I was supposed to be all along, and I just didn't know how to go about it. And I didn't know, you know. Maybe I also just didn't have the strength or the courage to do it. I don't know. But yeah, there is courage involved. There is absolutely courage involved. So I want to tell you two stories today. One that is actually positive, but also it comes from a negative background, and then just a totally positive one. So the thing is, when I'm going outside and I see people staring at me, I get incredibly insecure. And especially when I'm wearing like super let's say the winged out cut creases that I'm doing once in a while, and I'm not doing them so much anymore, and I'm only filming them when I know that I'm not going anywhere, that I'm just going to spend the day at home, that I'm just going to edit the whole day and do housework or whatever. Because of right now, I feel very, very insecure about the reactions of people, because it is not really that positive always, you know, especially when I'm wearing those winged out cut creases, because it just looks freakish to a lot of people, especially in the area where I live that is very religious. I like, people are not used to seeing stuff like this unless it's like Carnival, Pore, you know, these festivals where you dress up and just go crazy. But in normal life, and for me this is normal life, that is not done, and people look at me like, what's wrong with her? And I don't want people to look at me like, what's wrong with her, because nothing is wrong with me. Okay, so that is sort of the background for this whole thing, that I actually don't enjoy it when people stare at me, because I feel already the way they stare at me that it's not a good staring, because there are also people who look at you like in absolute amazement, and then they come up to you and tell you, wow, I've never seen anything like this, but I love this, you know? So maybe let's start with this story, because this is exactly something that I wanted to share with you. So a couple weeks back, I was I don't know, I think it was before the pandemic hit and life was a little bit more normal. So I was in a shopping mall and I was doing, I don't know, running errands, whatever. And I was just minding my own business, and there was an older woman, and she basically came towards me. We were just walking along the aisle, whatever, and I knew that she was looking at me. You feel it, right? You feel it when someone is checking you out. And she was looking at me, and then she was sort of hesitating, and I could see how she was thinking, should I go and approach her or not, or what am I going to do now? So she gathered up the confidence or whatever to come and talk to me and approach me. And then she said, I'm sorry, but I just had to stop. I had to look at you because you are such an amazing, like, a sight for sore eyes, you know? It is so nice to see something different. It is so nice to see someone bringing color and bringing something different and just having the confidence to do something different and to be pretty and to not melt into the background, you know? And I appreciate that so much, especially when it comes from older women, and in addition to that, when it comes from older women that are religious, because these women have had their whole kind of lifestyle that they had, and they know what they know. But it's just, you know, it is, for me, it means so much when religious people tell me, because I get the most judgment from religious people, sweeties, you know, not from other people, from religious people. So it means the most to me when religious people who are like more religious than I am tell me, wow, what you're doing is amazing, you know? So this woman came up to me and told me all these beautiful things, and I was like, what? You know, it is so funny because I personally, I cannot even believe in that moment that this is happening now, that this is true, that that people react like this and feel like this about me. Of course, I know it from my comment section that you guys love me, and I appreciate that so much. Really, when I have a day where I'm absolutely down, I just need to go and read my comments, and then I feel like, wow, okay, I can make it through another day. You know, it is really like that. And so let's say I have a look like this and not a super winged out cut crease with like crazy colors or whatever, you know, and then people come up to me and tell me, oh, can I please look at your makeup? Can you close your eyes for a second? And like, where do you get your clothes from? And I can actually maybe hand out some business cards and stuff. This is really, really good for me, of course, also from a business perspective, but also like a feedback on the, I don't know, on the ground, to actually really deal with people on like an eye-to-eye level. That is absolutely amazing for me. It does not happen so much though, and I also have to say it is really usually mid-age people, middle-aged people, I don't know how to say this, mid-age till and older people, which is absolutely amazing. Like I already said, younger people are so judgmental. Sweeties, younger people, they just like point and like on this and that and the other thing, and that is really what I just don't get. Where I think, wow, teenagers, really? That small kids stare, you know, kindergarten age kids, or like first graders, 2 graders, I get it. I get it. They're kids, you know, they have no filter. They just stare. If they want to stare, they stare, you know. But teenagers, sweeties, I don't understand. I don't relate. I really don't. So anyway, yeah, because especially teenagers, they want to do their thing and they want to be understood and they want to be what they are, you know. This is the whole struggle that you go through during your teenage years, and then you're the one who judge, like, really, you know. Okay, but now let's go to the other story that I wanted to tell you, and that is actually that it just happened yesterday. My yesterday when I'm filming this, which means nothing to you. But anyway, yesterday I did a full winged out cut crease because I needed to film that one, and I wanted to have that as my review look of that palette. So I thought that I'm just going to be at home the whole day. I'm going to edit, I'm going to do housework, I'm going to do whatever I have to do, and I'm not going to be in public. Now, my husband decided that we are going to go out as a family because we wanted to buy some stuff for the kids. That was really, really unexpected for me, and I was debating what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna go without makeup? Should I take it off altogether or whatever? So I said, no, Leora, come on, push through. You can do this. You can go out with a winged out cut crease. You can do it, okay? So now my kids know already that I feel very, very bad when people stare at me. Now, we went to a big shopping place. It was IKEA. It was IKEA, a local IKEA we had to go to. And I knew I would like meet a lot of people, obviously. So, okay, so we went and my kids were so amazing. So this is the whole thing where I said it is really based on something negative, but it turned out to be something positive because I actually saw something in my kids that I have never seen before. Now, they knew how I feel. They also see how people look at me. We had to stop at some point and just look at different cabinets and stuff like that, and that took some time. So a lot of people passed by us and a lot of people gave me the stare down, and for me it's extremely hurtful. It is extremely hurtful. I want to just crawl into one of those cabinets and just close the door and just say, like, pick me up when everybody else has left. You know, this is how I feel about it, and it kills me. It kills me because I want to be creative. I want to be able to live my life without that judgment, you know, and I deserve that, and I don't know why I cannot live that life. I can't, you know, so I don't know. So anyway, that's what it was. There was a lot of looks. A lot of people stopped and like nudged each other and then pointed in my direction, and it is just, I didn't enjoy that, you know. So my kids see that, and they were actually sort of starting to stand in front of me. Like, I have 7, you know, so let's say the 4 oldest are aware of what's going on, and they were actually starting to sort of build a wall in front of me and give those people a stare down in return. Which I thought, it's horrible. It's horrible that it has to be this way, that my kids have to feel that they have to protect me. On the other hand, I actually thought it is absolutely adorable that they are standing up for their mom, you know. It was so sweet. And then my 2 oldest girls, who are twin girls, both almost 10 years old, and they actually escorted me to the toilet when I needed to go to the toilet. They say, "Mom, we are going with you." And they were like on the left and on my right, like little warrior princesses, you know. And they were sort of like I don't know, they're accompanying me to the bathroom. Sorry, but yeah, they were standing outside the toilet stall, waiting, protecting me. Once I came out, washed my hands, we left. They escorted me back to the rest of the family, and they were like, "Ima," Ima is in Hebrew is mommy, okay? So they were saying, "Ima, we're protecting you. We are your best friends," you know? And I was like, "Aww." You know, and that, it just made my day. It made my day in that moment, even though afterwards when I thought about it, that this is how they have to feel about me, that I need to be protected, it is sort of sad, you know, and because I am supposed to be the one who protects them, who stands up for them, but I felt so amazing by the way they stood up for me, because I just want also to feel that this is what they would do for anyone who feels like he is not being treated the right way, you know. So I thought that was really, really nice. And even one of them said to me afterwards, "I will never forget this day," you know, and that is that is really, really special to me. And then they said, "Mommy, it's okay, you're the most beautiful mom we could ever want, and like, don't ever change, don't let them influence you." And you know, so it's a thing, and it's a struggle for me to be in this position, but on the other hand, I also don't want to move away from this. I want to do this because I know that there is a certain percentage that gets inspired by me, and I just want to be that spark that like lights other sparks, you know, and that is just what it is. I know that there are a lot of people waiting for my uploads. There are a lot of people waiting to see my looks on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, because they get inspired by what I'm doing. And a lot of people have contacted me also privately and told me that what I'm doing here and me inspiring them has actually changed the way they look at themselves as women and as who they are and what they're supposed to be. And I think that is absolutely amazing. So these are the two stories that I wanted to share with you today. It is a little bit connected to makeup, of course. Really, I've done a lot of lifestyle stuff lately, so it is just what it is, you know. This is my life, and I'm sharing just my life here on my channel, and I hope that you enjoy that and that, you know, that you care enough to watch it. By the way, if you're interested, this is my first look that I did with the Norina 4 palette from AVH. Let's just pull in some makeup here at the end. This is the first look that I did with this beauty. I just felt so drawn after a lot of super colorful looks that I did now lately to go to a neutral palette. This is really a neutral palette, if you ask me. Like, for me, it is a neutral palette, cold neutrals for the most part, with of course rosy tones, which I absolutely love. So super enjoyed this first look already, but of course a review is coming up at some point. Okay, sweeties, so that is it for today. I hope you did enjoy. I hope if you're new here, you will consider checking out my other videos, everything else that I'm doing here, and you will subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have everybody who wants to join. I'm so thrilled to have you. And besides that, I'm going to see you here next week for my next video. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Be as much peacock as you want, or be as subdued as you want. It's all fine, because we all deserve to be the way we want to be. And if I want to be an over-the-top peacock with 500 cut creases in my face in one look, then I am like, I should be able to be that way, right? I should be able to be that way. And I think what we can learn from this is that if we see people who look different and who are different, or whatever it is about them that sort of piques our interest or piques our, I don't know, misunderstanding even, you know, something that we just don't get and we need to look like 5 minutes, you know, maybe we can just be a little bit more kind about it and just let it stand, you know, let it be. And maybe, yes, look, because yeah, why not look, but then just maybe smile and maybe give a thumbs up, or like do something that makes that person feel that she or he is okay. I think that would be absolutely important. If I could have that once in a while, that someone who stares then comes to me and says, like this, you know, that would be amazing. So yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you here next week. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Bye.